hate when it does that. There we go. See if it won't change itself about. See, that's what I hate about it right there. Put chat on so I can see what chat's saying. It's gonna be a little tough, but it's got me. Now I'll use this to watch the chat. Alright, so what we're gonna do is first, I'm gonna get my headset set up. We're going to cut these gemstones right here that y'all chose last week. I am feeling particularly bad this week. I think I got a sinus infection. So hang with me as I do this. Let's get this water running. We're going to start with the Tiffany stone. We're going to cut a rough outline of it. Put the phone right here so I can see it a little better. So we're going to cut this all the way down. We're going to cut this all the way down to match the size of the drawing we got here. And we're going to cut this until it's a nice pretty capuchon ready to get set into some jewelry. This is a Tiffany stone, a very beautiful stone. Comes from Utah. From my understanding, the Utah mine is daggum near depleted, but I could be wrong on that. I know they found some in another country, but I believe the Utah stuff is pretty much gone. And if y'all got any questions, please make sure to ask. It'll help us out. If you want to help us out, then you can like, share, and subscribe. But mainly, I love to cut the stuff on live streams and stuff like that because it gets kind of boring out here. So it's nice to have people to talk to. starting to come all together. I don't really like how that end is pinched in. So I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit. That looks about right. What do y'all say? Alright, now we got some Sonoran Sunrise. And cutting off a lot of that Opticon reveals it pretty well. As you can see. Very cool stuff. Alright, so we got our Sonoran Sunrise, as you can see here. I don't know exactly what I want to cut this into. Just kind of squaring out the top. I might actually do another crescent shape, because I'm a big fan of crescents. So we might do another crescent shape. But while you're in here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you got any questions, make sure to ask. I do have some knowledge in lapidary. I'm not the most knowledgeable person ever, but I'll give you what I know. Let me make sure. Cool. Well, I'm glad you like it already. Kind of. See, here's the deal though. If we leave it like this, I have to round off the corners, because a lot of people, if they wear this as jewelry as is, they don't like the feel of those ends pointing into them. You know what I mean? So, but look, I mean, look at that. Orange, red, got some little like opaque greens right there, and that black. I mean, it's beautiful colors. Sonoran Sunrise is probably really up there with my favorite stones. Hold on, a lot of stuff just came in all at once. I'm happy, but I need to see it all. Well, cat gaming, you know what? If you keep trying, you could always become better. So, I sub. Thank you, Pokemon. What kind of stone is this? This is Sonoran Sunrise. What about a coffin shape? A coffin shape would look good. No problem. For a polished stone setup, is that, and could it be used for grinding other materials? Yeah, so this is a Cab King. Cab King can pretty much be used for anything. So we have some Tiffany stone right here. Right? These are all different types of stones, but I do have some man-made stuff right here that I can show you. This is man-made Alexandrite, and it can be used as well. And look, it'll grind right away at it. See there? It'll grind right away at it. It has no problem with it. These are actually diamond-plated wheels. Now, this is cutting diamond. This ain't diamond for you to actually, you know, use in jewelry. Let's round that off a little bit. And I know the service is bad, y'all, but please hang with this, because it's always the first little bit it's bad, but then it gets better. So let's look as we take the sharp edges off there and see how that looks. So, what do we think about this compared to the sharp edges? Or should we do, well, it's a pretty large stone, right? So here's the problem with a large stone. It's hard to get it like a coffin cut in there. But we can always try, and freehanding coffins is not a good thing for me. I'm actually terrible at it. But if y'all want to see me mess up, then I'm more than happy to have y'all watch it. Well, thank you, Cat Gaming. So, let's go ahead. I kind of like that, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to this next wheel. Now, this next wheel is used for preforming, right? So what preforming is basically what we just did here. We get our general shape and size, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to do a 45-degree angle right here, and we're just going to run it along that top edge at a 45-degree angle. Now, why do we do that? Because that starts our doming process. The doming process is very important, and that's because that's how we get that smooth kind of dome over top of the stone. But it actually helps us get all the cuts out of it, the natural dips and divots out of it, and it helps us polish the stone over really well. And this, the inside of the crescent is always the hardest part for me. No, it doesn't take that terribly long. To be honest, I could probably get these stones done in maybe 30 minutes each. So we're going to try to get them done all tonight. Some of them can take up to quite a long time, but that's just because it's how intricate do you want it to be. Right now we're just doing a basic, shape over. As you see there, it's taking a lot of real estate from that stone away. But you got to also think, I've been doing this for a long time. Cat Gaming, take care. Take care of yourself. I got my wife's phone watching the stream so I can get it up to date. So if I'm coming by a little slow, I'm sorry about that. But what we're going to do is we're going to dome this over as best we can. And get that looking as best we can. And again, y'all, I'm sorry about the internet connection. We do live in the woods, so it does tend to be a little more shoddy, but we're trying the best with what we got. Now we got that, look, perfect 45-degree angle right there, running along the stone, right? And now we're just going to dome it over. And I think next week what I'm going to do for the live stream is I'm going to cut a gemstone handle knife. And we're actually going to cut the handle on the live stream. So that should be pretty fun. Look at there, already starting. Get that perfect little dome shape over top of it. That nice little purples is coming out. We got some browns and some whites coming out, even a little bit of black right there. So beautiful colors. Just round that off right there. Another thing is we want our girdle to be relatively uniform. So that way, when my wife actually sets this stuff, it's pretty easy for her. And if anybody's got questions, be sure to ask. Let me grab this towel real quick. Another good thing to have when you're out here doing this kind of stuff is a towel. That towel lets you dry the stone off, because you cannot see a lot of imperfect mess ups with the stones, scratches, things like that. When the stone's wet, as you can see here, it's showing some kind of scratches up in here and everything like that. But when I wet it, looks daggum near perfect, don't it? And that's because when you do it like that, the water actually hides everything with the stone. That snoring's gonna look pretty. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna start up this third wheel. Now this third wheel is the wheel I spend the most time on. It's a very cool wheel. It's a very good wheel for flat or taking out all the flat stops on the stone and all the scratches from the previous wheels. And this is like your last real big material mover wheel, right? And what happens is you move over to these next sets of wheels over here, and what's going to happen is we start to remove the scratches from the stone and polishing it up. So this should be pretty fun. To do once it gets to the other wheels. Pop right off the dock. That's all right. We'll do it by hand. It's gotten really easy to get these stones cut by hand. The only problem I have whenever the dots pop off is that they tend, when we get to the polishing wheels, to fly across the room. But that's alright. I've gotten better at holding on to them during the polish wheels as well. So let's look a little bit at that. If you got any questions, be sure to ask. I do not mind answering any questions. And for anybody who's watching, could y'all put down the chat below? Is the internet still cutting out? I hope not, but it'd be nice to know if it is or isn't. Looks good to you? Okay. Has it cut out previously, or was it just my screen that was showing it was cutting out? Okay, alright. Well, that's fine then, as long as they weren't cutting out for everybody else. So, let me dry this stone off. We can kind of look and see what exactly is wrong with it, if anything. It's a pretty soft stone, but I do see some spots right there. We're going to attack that spot. See what we can do there. We got another spot up here. So we're going to attack that spot right there. So far looking good. Beautiful piece of Sonoran sunrise. Alright, so what else we're going to do is you kind of see that little lip back here. We're going to grind that off. There we go. We're just going to get all that gum off the back here. There we go. Now, we're going to work on the back. Now, the back doesn't need to necessarily be the most beautiful thing in the world, because this will be covered up with silver, but I do like to at least make it look somewhat presentable. That's a tough one. I think the one that is the most fun to cut, as in the easiest, is Sodalite. The hardest one to cut is probably Kambaba. No, Jade. Jade's the hardest to cut, for sure. Because Jade just is so finicky. Then, all around the most fun to cut, just from start to finish, and what it turns into. That's a hard one. Probably Chrysocolla parrot wing. No. Even though it's really difficult, and you can break it in a second, or if you cut too hot, you can burn the stone, or anything like that. Probably Azurite malachite. But as you can see, this Tiffany stone a little more hard to cut, right? It wants to hold on to the scratches a little more. So we're going to have to keep that on the wheel a little longer. Which, I mean, I got some new things I need to cut here soon. Dry that off and let's look at it. Still holding those scratches in there, you see? So we got to keep that on there. Alright, well, see, that's another thing. Your towel tends to run dry. Well, we still got them right up there. So, I actually see that there's a divot in here, and right in the middle, that tells me I didn't dome it over good enough, right? Because it's not able to get in there. And get those little flat spots in there. So we're going to do that. We'll come back and cut it again. See what we can do. We're going to go the opposite way with it. So that way it cuts a little more effectively. Alright. Let's take a look now and see how else is. A lot less scratches in the center now, but there are still some. Remember, we want to go the opposite directions of those scratches. And the reason that is because you're able to actually get more of the material off that way than any other way. Yep, we're still working on it. Still got a few more spots in there left. Which, forgive me y'all, I think I have a sinus infection. So like, if I'm not sounding right, I apologize. We got just a little bit more in there. I know y'all can't see it. You probably might not even be able to see it with the camera up on it. So that's why I'm not wasting your time doing it in between the wheel. But before we move over to the other side over there, I will show you the stone. Up close and personal. I think I made the mosquitoes mad out here tonight. I put some raid on before I come out here, so they can't take a snack out of me. Alright. Hopefully one more pass and we should be good. Alright. See it now. If anybody's got questions, be sure to ask. Alright, here we go. I'm going to turn this water off. I'm going to get a close-up for y'all, so y'all can kind of see what we got going so far. Take this Sonoran as well. Alright. Focus. See if it'll focus. So see how we got all those scratches and flat marks out of there? Now we'll show you the Sonoran. Yeah, I messed up the buffet. And then there's our Sonoran, a very beautiful Sonoran. We're going to move over to the other side here. But in order to do that, that means I got to move y'all over as well. Thank you so much, Mamasaurus. Try to move that over here semi in the way, semi out of the way, so I don't have to fight with y'all so much to get an angle. Well, thank you, monkeys. Thank you, monkeys. Yeah, it's been crazy recently, but I actually got a new machine coming in that we should have a lot of fun with coming up soon. I can't tell you what it is because it's going to be a video, an unboxing when it gets here. But I think everybody's going to like it. I do have a little bit of a sinus infection today. I say a little bit. I don't know. My head's killing me. It feels like a migraine coming from my sinuses. But, you know, wearing a mask and all that all the time, things like that can happen, you know? Yes, monkeys, what would you like to ask? I have to look at a separate phone to be able to see what you're asking, so if I'm a little late, I'm sorry. I apologize. Whew. It is hot as can be out here. It's supposed to be nighttime. I'm sweating. I have polished iron pyrite and I want to drill a hole into them to make weighted bracelets. How or who do I have to go to? If you're wanting to do it yourself, get a Dremel that is variable in speed. The Dremel that's variable in speed will actually allow you to put it on a low speed because it's actually good to cut your stones at a low speed. And then, hold on one second, I'll show you what I've just picked up that really helps out a lot. So get a Dremel, some diamond burrs to drill through, and this stuff right here. It's a coolant. It really does help out. Now, granted, if you run it hot or you get a bad burr, like a bad set of burrs, the burrs are going to wear down and melt no matter what, and that's your big issue, right? If they wear down and melt. And I'm still trying to find the right type of burrs for doing that too. But that coolant right there has saved the life of my burrs plenty. If you want to send it to somebody, that's the hard part, because I don't know many people who like to drill holes in the stones just because it does wear things down so quickly. If you give me a few weeks to actually test out some burrs and see what works, I would be willing to do it for you if that's something you'd like to have happen. But it's, I mean, the big problem is finding the right burrs, right? And that's the quest I'm on right now. And I'll probably make a video on it as well as soon as I find out what burrs are the best. So, yeah, just, I would say that, you know, a Dremel that's variable in speed, preferably low speed, and then diamond burrs. And then that little coolant right there, and I'll show it for you one more time right here. I don't know if it's going to show it well. That's the coolant right there. And it will keep your burrs lasting. Oh, very well. Very well. The only time I've ever been really out in the state is in the Marine Corps. But I'm from South Carolina. I'm in South Carolina. So we're not terribly far from each other. You know, compared to people on the West Coast, which is mainly who I deal with. You would not believe, but the gemstone community is huge out in the West Coast. Like, huge, huge. I mean, it's big in North Carolina and Georgia as well, but it's nothing compared to like Arizona and, you know, California and Utah and, you know, all those places. Actually, here Pennsylvania's pretty good too. I hear Pennsylvania's got some people in there that like gemstones as well. Which we were at the Franklin show, and that was a lot of fun. I don't know if you saw the videos yet, but we posted some videos of us looking at some people's booths, and that was a pretty good time. Alright, now let's dry this off and see how it looks. I don't see any real scratches, anything like that. So let's kind of hold it up here, see if y'all can see it better. Looks pretty good to me. Beautiful Sonora sunrise. So we'll set this over here while we do the Tiffany stone. Sonoran sunrise always tends to cut pretty easy. It's a soft stone. And I'm going to start doing some more videos that should answer questions. Thank you, Mama Source. I'm going to start doing more videos that should answer some questions. So, now like right there I saw some that may have survived the previous wheel that I didn't see. We'll see. No, I doubt it. These are actually getting cut by this one, so they may just be deeper parts of the wheel we didn't see. No problem, monkeys. Or Vendetta, what do you want to be called? Which one do you prefer? But no problem at all. I love sharing what I know. And I love talking to y'all. It's fun. It definitely makes the time out here pass by quicker, that's for sure. Now, I don't know if y'all can see it in this light or not, but we got some pieces right here and right here that need further cutting on that black wheel right there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move back real quick while I talk, and I'm going to do that. And I don't move y'all with me because this shouldn't take a long time to do this. It should take, monkeys is fine? Okay, cool. It shouldn't take a very long time. I kind of like that light better, to be honest, than this kind of orangish light, because this light seems to show me more than what that orange light does. Y'all, I am sweating. It is a hot one today. And I don't know why it shouldn't be that hot today. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. I see a little tiny bit left. For the most part, it's already almost gone. All right, now let's move back to this wheel. Finish that touch up on it. But yeah, I got a new piece of machinery coming in. Lord willing, it'll be here in a few weeks. And the real problem is I got to buy some extra stuff for it. I can't tell you what it is or to give it away, but that altogether is probably going to cost me around $370 to $390. But that stuff I knew I needed whenever I got it. But it shouldn't be that bad. How would you figure out the situation to send it over to me? We got an email on our channel, I think in the bio of our channel. If you just shoot us over an email, let us know who you are, we can figure it out that way. Shouldn't be that hard. I would say wait until we figure out which birds are the best, because I would hate for you to send them to me and then I start burying on them, or I start drilling them out, and then the burr overheats or the stone overheats and something bad happens, or the burr overheats, it melts, and then we have to wait for a new set of burrs to come in, which could take like a week or two. You know, so just let me figure that piece out, and then, but you can go ahead and email us now if you want to, and we'll just email you back whenever we got it. Sweet. She's looking good. We're going to hit her up one more time. Woo! Thank you, Mama Source. Boy, it's hotter than a hot tub filled with lava in here right now. Well, not really. It's humid. That's the problem. It's so humid that you can't help but sweat. I'm daggum near sweated on my radar. That's why I don't put none on my face. You put that raid on your face and you start sweating, your eyes just gonna pay for it. I am patient, and if something was to happen to the stone. It was $2 each, so I don't care. You can always get more. Learning is the key to unlocking knowledge. That is true. And then, yeah, I can't wait for fall either. Well, actually, that's a lie because I do love the summer. But yeah, and that's true. What was Edison's old quote? I didn't fail in 100 ways to learn the light bulb. Well, I can't remember the whole quote right now. My brain's all scrambled. To this, but it was like yeah, the more I keep sweating, the more that buffet keeps getting an open sign put on there for the bugs. Look at that. That's starting to look really pretty though. I love the way this Tiffany stone cuts up. Golly, what was that quote? Can somebody put in the chat what that quote was? I didn't fail in 100 ways of making a light bulb. I succeeded in 100 ways of not finding out how to make a light bulb. Something like that. That's why we got one thing coming up that, boy howdy, that I melt drill bits trying to do this thing. And I'm telling y'all right now, this very well may be a failure on my behalf. Now I'm going to try my best not to make it that so, but if it is, so be it. We just learned how not to do something, right? But I want to put it on the channel either way, so y'all can learn from my mistakes as well. Because let's be honest, lapidary, while it can be fun, sometimes it's about people's egos too. A lot of the big lapidars, some of them can have pretty big egos. So they don't want to acknowledge when they've screwed up. And I get it, because you put your heart and pride into your stuff, and then whenever it doesn't turn out right, you're like, it's almost personal in a way, you know. Like the American flag knife, I know everybody loves it, but I've seen problems with it throughout. I wasn't 100% happy with it. I wasn't 100% devastated with it either, but it was definitely one of those things to where I went, okay, I can do better. But anytime you fail doing something, it is a little personal, especially something to this degree, you know, because you really do try your best. Hey, welcome, Kerry. How you doing, buddy? I have not failed. I've just found out 10,000 ways it won't work. That's true. That's true. I think that's the quote. Hey, welcome, Kerry. It's nice to see you, buddy. Nice to hear from you. I got to let this thing drain a little bit. That pan's starting to fill up. Is it not going to drain? There we go. Oh, okay, cool. Doing good. How are you? Just working on my channel and doing homework. Awesome. What are you doing next for your channel? That's true. That's true, Mama Source. You can't learn something without the learning experience. And I think failure is a good learning experience, to be honest. You know, the only time you've really failed is when you quit trying. And if there's one thing that I am, it ain't a failure, because I won't quit trying. Because I'm stubborn as a mule. I'm going to upgrade a good budget knife, trying to give people options. Okay. Okay, I like that. I've been busy, so I haven't been able to keep up with everybody's channels. But I saw yours the other day. Who else did I see? I saw Pen and Pen Blades the other day. So I'm trying my best. It's just, it's been busy since we've gotten back from Franklin, you know. Then I saw another person, I can't remember. Hey, Cat Gaming. Well, thank you, Cat Gaming. Yeah, that's what we got so far since you've been gone. Very pretty Sonora. And then let me show you what else we got. We got a very pretty Tiffany stone starting to show up. Look at that. Yeah, Cat Gaming. I thought you'd like that. Oh, this is one we haven't shown off really, but I got to make a short with it. That's the 4-dot. Here, let me get it a little up. That's the 4-dot one that I'm going to make a short. I'm hoping tomorrow. Weld's really good, and he's got some. He's got a good chance. And Weld, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're learning how to work on knives as well, right? Process. And yes, if you quit, that's a failure. Working as a process is not a failure, but learning and perfecting. I agree. I agree. Well, we're going to move over to this last wheel right here. All right. This wheel right here is a 3,000 grit wheel. And then we're going to move over to these felt wheels on the side. And then I'm going to show y'all a little bit of what I've been working on that has not succeeded so well. And show you just the kind of damage that it's done to my Dremel bits. Because, I mean, like I said, if you aren't careful, you will pay the price. And believe it or not, I actually dislocated my finger drilling through a stone one time. Because I was doing with the Dremel and I was holding the stone like this. Right? And I think it was the other hand, but whatever. Nevertheless, I was doing like that and I was running it. It was once it turned on, it was a turn on Dremel. There was no speeds or nothing like that. Actually, hold on one second. Hold on one second. I got to get water in this thing right here. Let me get the water hose. It's a good thing I can grab this water hose from sitting down. And it's right there by the door. Fill that back up. I'm hoping we won't need much more water, so I'm not going to top it off. That should be enough right there. Woo! Alright. Let's see. That's right, Weld and Carey. You're about to work at Smoky Mountain Knife Works? for real, the one in Tennessee? That'd be cool, man. I'd only done the basics. Wow. Congratulations, love and Carrie. That would hurt. It did hurt. Thank you, Mama Source. Yep. I know if I get the job. Yeah, though. I hope you do. Okay, you live not far away. I think I should. An ant in your water. I don't think if an ant gets enough water and even drinks a little bit, he's gone. He's toast. What part of the mountains is it? Sierraville, cool. Right next to Smoky Mountain, cool. You know, we don't live too terribly far away from Smoky Mountains in the grand scheme of things. We live in South Carolina, and it's a very, very knife-heavy state, to be honest. We love knives down here. But yeah, I was drilling on a stone, and I had the Dremel like this and the stone like this, and somehow that Dremel bit got caught in the stone, and it wouldn't move at all. But what happens is it was on. Once it was on, and the bar of the little Dremel bit caught onto my finger and bent it completely this way. And the only reason I knew it was dislocated was because I was able to pop it back in and move it. Yep.
No, ants in there.
Oh, man. Alright. Well, he's out, but unfortunately I think he's passed. I think he might have went on to beat his maker. Yeah, it was a little painful. In the Smoky Mountains, I love the Smoky Mountains. Believe it or not, Franklin's right there in the Smoky Mountains where we went for the Gem and Mineral Show. And it was beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Yeah. As a kid, that's where we went to vacation a lot. Look at that. Look how pretty that is, y'all. That's pretty. I don't think you can beat that with a bat. Now, the sides I don't really mess with until I can get them off and clean up the backs. And I usually don't do that on live stream because that's just like not much of anything, you know. And I value y'all's time. I don't want to waste it. So let's get this Tiffany stone polished up. Tiffany stone is really something beautiful. Yeah, I'd love to go to Franklin in the fall and see all them colors. Look at that. That Tiffany stone's a beauty. That Tiffany stone's a beauty. The one thing I don't like doing about out here where we live is there's a swamp nearby. And if you leave your child outside for any amount of time, you're going to come back to a raising because them mosquitoes is huge. I mean, huge. Alright, so we got them cut on these wheels. We're going to move that light back here. Now here comes the most difficult part for me getting on live stream. Is this part right here. So I have to worry about getting y'all a good view, but also being able to do this. Get it cut. because I have such a small room, like this is basically all the room I got, so I have to do like this. And I don't necessarily know if it's focused on the stone or what. So, and the camera, literally the face of the phone is against the wall. So it's I can't even roll back and look and see if y'all got a good image or not. So if y'all can see it, let me know. I'd appreciate it immensely. A little behind, but it's okay. Alright, let's spray this down a little bit. Now what this is this is diamond paste in a felt pad. And this diamond paste, I believe, is 14,000 grit diamond paste, if I remember correctly. We're not going to heat the stone up too much by doing this. We're just going to run it along. Right? We're just going to run it along, see what we can do. See how we can polish this sucker up. Good, 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 good. All right. Good, everybody. I'm glad it does. And then that's what it looks like with the 14,000 grit. Really polishes it up really well. Now, we shouldn't expect the same results out of the Sonoran Sunrise because this is a softer material. Softer material has a harder time polishing up and looking as beautiful as that harder Tiffany stone. But what it does do is you can get those scratches out very easily. Right? So you win some, you lose some with this material. Plus, you do not want to heat it up too much because you can actually burn the stone. And what I mean by burn the stone is exactly that. You'll actually turn the stone black because it will literally burn the actual stone. So we got it there. Now we have to take off some of this polish and look at it with the polish off. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm liking it. It's looking pretty. It's looking pretty. I need to start doing some giveaways again soon too. Yeah. So we don't know what that's going to be yet. It could be a necklace. Could be. Well, I guess the only real thing it could be is a necklace, because if you try to put it on a ring, it's going to block your finger from moving real well. So, we'll see. Let's go ahead and rotate this off. Now, the very last thing I do, y'all won't be able to see, but again, I can show y'all in a short, is after I hit it up with some Zam on the buffing wheel in the house. Mainly the reason why I can't really show y'all that is because I have a hard time moving in general with my back. So my wife would have to get me settled in there, and then we'd have to work on it from there. It's just, again, I don't want to waste people's time doing it. But we're gonna go ahead. This is a 50,000 grit paste. Very good paste. Again, we don't want to overheat it. We just want to get it touched up, and then we'll hit it with the Zam and the buffer, and I'll show y'all on a short, maybe tomorrow, what it looks like with the Zam and the buffing on it. The Tiffany stone, I have to let the glue that holds the Tiffany stone on dissolve with some acetone. Oh, thank you, Cat Gammy. And then there we go. That's with that beautiful 50,000 grit diamond paste for that beautiful Sonoran Sunrise. Now here we go with the Tiffany stone. Still have to wet this, remember, don't want to burn the stones. while this stone will not likely burn, it can pop off the top and break if it gets too hot, because this is a harder stone. And then I'm making a knife with a malachite and chrysocolla handle here soon. And if y'all haven't seen that, look that up, because that is some impressive stuff. Malachite and chrysocolla is. But look at that. Look at what that diamond paste does to that. We're going to hit it up one more time, see if we can't get a little extra glow out of it. See what we can do. Just kind of work it around the grid itself, where it's kind of pulled up in the center there. You can kind of see where it's pulled up. We're going to work around there, get as much grit, and then work our way out. Kind of disperse that grid again. Alright. And then there we go. That's your finished Tiffany stone, if y'all can see it. I hope you can. Look at that. Hey y'all, if y'all have liked this tonight, please leave us a like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel out. And hopefully we can do some more cool stuff, especially when that new piece of equipment's coming in. I got some stuff that's going to blow your mind. Thank you, monkeys. Thank you, cat. Thank you, Mama Source. Let's see. Brooke, thank you. Welcome, Carrie. All right, y'all. So, we got... I'm going to do it a little different today, since the next video we're going to do knife handles, and I'm going to give you a little taste of what the knife handles will be. It's this right here. It's this material right here that'll be the knife handles for next week. Isn't that cool looking? What this is called is rainforest jasper. I'm sorry, ocean jasper. Now this is original stock when they first found this deposit from Madagascar in the 90s, late 90s. This is the original stuff. You can't find this no more, and I'm going to be making a knife handle out of it. And just kind of show you how beautiful it looks polished up. I went ahead and polished up the front there. And look at that. That's going to look amazingly beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even have it in camera view very well. I apologize for that, y'all. But it's that right there. There we go. It's that right there. It's got that nice, pretty front view. Very cool stuff. And I got a friend at the El Paso Rock Shop, and I managed to get some genuine, real turquoise from him. And we're going to do a turquoise knife handle. And I told him I'd make him one, so that'll be the video of us making him one. But let's do this real quick. Which one of these stones, let's see, make sure I got it up there. 1 for Tiffany stone, 2 for the Snoring Sunrise, or 3 for the Fordite. Which stone should we make a short on about tomorrow? 1, 2, or 3? Go ahead and put it down in the comments now. The winner will have a short made on it. So y'all let me know. 1 for Tiffany stone, 2 for Sonoran, and then 3 for the Fordite. While y'all do that, I'm going to check. 2, 2. Ooh, I've seen a lot of 2. But 3 or 1. Oh, I see a 1. Oh, you meant 1. Okay. Okay. So 2, 1, 3 or 1. Okay, I think from what I'm counting, 1 will be the winner. So Tiffany stone will be the stone that we do a short on tomorrow. So that should be pretty fun for everybody. And might even tell you a little bit about where Tiffany stone comes from and everything like that in the short as well. I'll give you a little information on it. Beautiful stone. really does deserve a lot of love, and I think y'all chose correctly. While I got y'all here, I want to make sure just before we leave that I ask y'all to like, share, and subscribe, because it really does help the channel out. And I'm going to say a prayer before we leave for everybody. If you're not into prayers, you're more than welcome to go or stay and listen. It's up to you. But I always try to end one out on a prayer so everybody can feel a little bit more blessed than when y'all come in. All right? So, if y'all are ready, let's go ahead and bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we would like to ask you to bless everybody who's watched this stream and who hasn't. If anybody's family or themselves are in turmoil and pain, that we pray that you put a calming and loving hand upon them, that way their life can become immensely better in your grace and mercy. We want to ask you to show your love and mercy upon everybody and shine your light upon them, so that way if they're lost and in need of a Savior, that you can present your Son to them, and that way they can come to the glory of God through the cross. I want to ask that everybody in this chat here today, that if you are lost and you're looking for Jesus, to find your local church and try to get in, or just dive into your Bible and read and try to find the glory yourself. I would like to think that everybody here can make it into heaven, so we can have a big old time in heaven together and enjoy eternity in peace and love and grace. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, y'all. I'm immensely thankful for y'all. I know I don't say it enough, but I am. Just to know that y'all want to hang out with me and talk with me has made my day more than y'all know. I really appreciate y'all. I really love y'all. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Be safe. And I will see you next time.